These weapons are not exclusive to criminals. Kennedy Felton, a 15-year-old Louisiana girl, died when a teen in another room was assembling a firearm, and it went off at a party in January of 23.
She was beautiful, beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, beautiful person.
Police are seeing a rise in ghost guns at crime scenes. Police call them privately manufactured firearms, or PMFs. They can be assembled using parts ordered online, 3D printed, and they don't have serial numbers, making it easier for some people to get a gun who otherwise could not.
This is the commercially manufactured one, and this would be a privately made firearm.
Shannon Ham is an assistant special agent in charge of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives in St. Louis. He says the ATF is seeing these weapons show up more on crime scenes across the country.
And shootings, robberies, carjackings, that's a concern to us.
Here, the ATF, out of its Kansas City office, used a 3D printer showing how easy it is to make a gun by ordering parts and instructions online. Someone who can't legally buy a gun can get one pretty easily. But as you can see on this table, these guns come in all shapes and sizes. These all qualify as ghost guns, or PMFs.
The blue part is the firearm. It's the frame or receiver of a Glock. So this is a pistol. So the top part is just commercially manufactured aftermarket firearms parts that was ordered offline to complete.
And this can be made with a 3D printer that you can buy. They have $300 3D printers on Amazon.
Yes. This is a 3D printed lower for a Glock.
How much time do you think it would take to make that?
It's very heavy duty. It's like a thick polymer. So I think this took around 2 days to manufacture.
ATF data shows from 2016 through 2021, more than 45,000 suspected PMFs were reported to the ATF from crime scenes. Those recoveries included almost 700 homicides or attempted homicides. In 2016, there were almost 1,800 PMFs recovered. In 2021, there were more than 19,000. That's more than a 1,000% increase. Ham says that's because local police departments are better tracing these firearms, showing more recoveries.
A crime gun's a crime gun. It doesn't matter if it's manufactured commercially. It doesn't matter if it's a privately made firearm. We're concerned about guns that are ending up in violent offenders' hands and committing violent crime in our cities.
St. Louis Metropolitan Police say more than 2,400 guns were submitted to its crime lab in 2024. Just 39 were classified as PMFs. That's 1.5% and down from the 2 years prior. But what the department sees as an alarming increase are these.
This itself is a machine gun under federal law.
The switches Cleo talked about. This is a converter device. A small cube 3D printed or imported from overseas. SLMPD Detective Sergeant Joe Bell says turns a handgun like this into a fully automatic weapon like this.
Goes on the back of the Glock style slide. It allows that semi-automatic pistol to fire at a full automatic capacity, so it'll dump a magazine out in seconds.
According to SLMPD, in 2022, 31 weapons were submitted with a conversion device or a CD to its crime lab. The next year, 89 weapons with 10 standalone devices. For 2024, 115 weapons with the CD attached and 6 conversion devices by themselves. That's an increase of more than 270% in that time span. That's just the weapons recovered by police. All coming to the crime lab led by Director Mary Beth Carr.
Whether that is availability, whether that's mail order, whether that's 3D printing, but we are seeing an increase in them than what we had a decade ago, 5 years ago. And it is making for a more dangerous weapon and it does make the weapon illegal.
I asked police how to stop these devices and the bloodshed they create. They say education is key, but would not say if new laws or tighter restrictions would make a difference.
I'm not sure. I'm a lonely policeman. I'm not a policymaker. What's enacted in statute is what I'm going to enforce, and that's a concern.
I'm a father of 2 boys, 2 and 6.
For Cleo Jackson, police, lawmakers, and residents need to work together to get these weapons off our streets.
I've lost individuals to gun violence, and I as well have kids in the community, so I would hate to have something happen to one of them.
Jackson is now enrolled in a reentry program after spending 2 years in prison. Now, if you have any information on people making, ordering, or using those conversion devices, St. Louis police want to hear from you on their non-emergency line. First Alert 4 also did check in on St. Louis County's numbers where ghost guns are less of a problem. Last year, the department came across 27 PMFs.